everyone, welcome to my channel and thanks for joining me tonight. And I am so happy that people or you out there who are viewing me take your time and sacrifice even to watch my channel. I so much appreciate that so much. And today I'm going to speak about uh, what are my experiences after living abroad for the past now 10 years. This is what I'm going to have today. So, number one, living abroad is not easy. Living abroad is challenging. And once you make the decision of you moving from your homeland or your mother country to somewhere else, especially when you are changing the continent, you must be very, very persistent. You have to know what you want. You must think twice. You must be someone who is consistent also in decision making, because you can't just move from one place to the next and go back. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of money. The thing is, it's a big challenge. Why? Because you change the continent. Remember, there is culture shock. You move from one place where you are already familiar to the culture, and you're moving to another place where the culture is totally different from what you know. So it is a very, very, very big challenge for whoever decides to move from a mother country to an abroad place or to a foreign place. It is a very, very big challenge. You have to know, you have to be determined, you have to know what are your targets in life. What are you looking forward to achieve? Are you just moving? Are you just going like you just left? No. You have to know there are challenges awaiting you, and you have to be really strong, because sometimes the challenges are really, really tough. So unless you are strong, you cannot make it. This is a fact. You must be strong, you must be really consistent, perseverant, and you have to know what you want in life. You have to be someone who is determined, confident also. This is a very, very important key. Yeah. And the second thing I will speak about is language. Language is something really, really tricky. Why? Because when you move from your home country to another place, where I'm not saying this. I'm excluding countries like UK or US. Well, they still have other challenges, because you also have to understand the accent. But in this case, I mean countries where you change the language. You change the language from English to, let's say, like French or Spanish or Portuguese, or I don't know, whatever, call it, name it. This is another big challenge. You must be ready to learn their language. If you do not learn the language, my friend, my sister, my brother out there, it's gonna be really difficult for you. Remember, even if you're going to move to go to work or you're going to go to school, you have to communicate. You have to address yourself. You have to understand. And without you knowing the skills, the language, how are you going to make it? How? It's It's not possible. So you must be ready to learn the language, the foreign language. You have to accept it. You must accept the fact that there is another language there, and without this language, it's going to be really difficult for you to move forward. That's why this is a key thing wherever you move from one country to the next country where there is language differences involved. You must be ready to learn the language. You must be ready to learn how they speak, so that you can communicate, address yourself, and even come forward in your career life or in whatever you do. Well, the other key thing is you must be ready to accept the morals or the lifestyle. Not real. I'm not. Okay. I think lifestyle is a bit. It's is the wrong word to use. Well, you must be ready to accept the rules in that place. I think that's the right word to use. Because if you go from one, okay, let's say you moved from Kenya, you're coming to Europe, and you from Kenya, you know very well Kenyans are not punctual people. You know very well, if you tell a Kenyan to come to a place at 8, the Kenyan will come at 10, at 11, or at 12, and that will be normal. Like, nobody will get pissed off. That's normal. Do this in European countries. Just try to do that. My friend, you'll be kicked out of that place. Like, they consider that as being really disrespectful. That's why I tell you it's important to accept the rules of a different place. You have to accept the rules of that country. I'm not saying you are not supposed to go somewhere late. You can go. Something can happen. Well, sometimes we are not ready. We are not in a position to predict what is coming up. So what you're supposed to do, if you really want to come along with people from that foreign place or that foreign country, you have to call before, inform that specific person, hey, blah blah blah, I'm sorry, I'm going to be there 10 minutes late, 5 minutes late, because of this and this and ABCD and EFGH. But don't expect to come there just walking majestically as if nothing happened. My friend, you are breaking the rules. You are breaking the rules. Another key thing I want to speak about, and this is really important, especially when you move to a foreign country and meet people from your place, especially people of the same country where you come from. You have to know that just because someone achieved something through this and this style does not mean you also will achieve that something through the same style. I'm saying this because there are many people out there who mislead other people, especially when you are in a foreign country, because sometimes we are going out there, and when we meet our people, we think, wow, I'm safe. Wow, I have my people around me. Wow, I have people who can help me, direct me to move there, to move, people who can really make it easy for you. But, this is a big but. Be careful, because not everyone who is outside there, who is there from your place, is directing you in the right place. Sometimes our friends, our people, misdirect us. You have to set your principles. You have to set your goals. Remember, if anything happens, anything wrong happens, you're not going to be held responsible, the two of you. You are going to be held responsible all alone. Alone. Like literally alone. You have to be very, very smart. Do what you think is right, knowing very well you are carrying your own responsibility. Someone can tell you, go there, do this and that, da 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 da, and da 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 da. You go there, not knowing what is awaiting you there. And sometimes you might be very unlucky. And what happens? You fall into a trap just because a friend you knew or someone from your place, someone who speaks your language, directed you in a certain place, in a certain, I don't know, wherever. Yeah. So you have to be smart. Set your decisions, set your goals, set your discipline. Be a disciplined person. Just don't go anywhere because someone is going. No. Just because somebody told you you cannot get your paper through this and this method, you think you will not get your paper? That's a big lie. That's a big lie. Stand by your own principles. Know what brought you there and follow your principles. As long as you are not breaking the rules of that place, my friend, you are in the right track. Just don't follow what people say. People can always advise you. Your friends can advise you. But sometimes you have to use your brains. Your brains are very, very, very important. Because anything can happen. Anything can happen. But my friend, nobody will be there with you. When shit happens, you will be all alone. So think twice, play the game safe and smart. Bye. Union.